Check, check. All right, welcome to the 8U Super Bowl Championship here at Trez Powell Stadium. I'm your host, Brian Kells. Joining me shortly will be B.A. He's taking a quick break as we've done 4 games in a row now, so I'll be stepping in and calling this AAU game between the Miami Garden Ravens and the Lauderdale Lake Vikings. This is the third matchup in a row of the Vikings and the Ravens. Oh, big hit out there. But we'll start things off with a flag. As we move in here, it is 7:43 to go in the first quarter. And I think we had a holding to knock these guys back to first down. Oh, it must have been a face mask. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. First and, was that 25? First and 25. Tight formation by the Vikings. Hand off tackle. Gets taken down by a swarm of Ravens. Just concluded the 13U game. It was a hard-fought battle with the Vikings. Not a hard-fought battle, but the Vikings, number 1 team in 13U, find a way to get the win, 28-0, or not 29. Sorry, man, my timing's off. I think it was 28-14. And anyways, it was a great game to watch. Now we're here with the 8U Championship, and still got 8U, 10U, and we've got 3 more games after this one for today. So keep tuning in and watching us all day long for quick cut video here at the FYFL Championships. Snap, a little counter here. Counter tray, it looked like. Tackled for about a yard gain. Third and long. Very long here.
6 minutes, 20 seconds, and the clock is running. 0-0. Big game, Super Bowl Sunday at FYFL.
Right. The Vikings will carry the ball for a gain. Bring up 4th down. About 4 yards he picked up there. Bring up 4th down. 4th and 13 here on this championship weekend. These young men started working back in August. That was their first game, and here we are now. It's mid-November. They're playing for everything here, the ship. See if they can win it. This is the 8U FYFL. Five minutes to go in the first quarter. Slow snap. I think he's running a trick play here. Oh, no, he's punting it. I wasn't quite sure. Oh, wow. A nice kick. All the way back to the 15, filled the 15-yard line. Really nice kick by an 8-year-old. Nice form. It got up there, had nice hang time. Just really nice punt by an 8U program. So the Ravens will take over on their own 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. This is their first possession on offense. We'll see how they do here. All right,
all well.
There we go, back.
All well on the home front.
All well from the home front. We got BA coming back here. I told you to be joining us. I was trying to hold the fort down, but, you know, I'm sure they're happy to hear your voice.
Excellent. I don't know, man. The longer this day's gone on, the more my voice is not liking me today.
Well,
I even brought honey. I brought a bunch of dumb stuff to, like, try to help, but it's not happening.
Yeah, you need to, read up on what Taylor Swift does,
Right.
She can do a 3-hour concert. I think we can do 8 hours of announcing, right?
I know. Singing her brains out.
All right, we got the AAUs here. We've got the Lauderdale Vikings versus the Miami Garden Ravens again. It's the third game in a row of this matchup.
Well, listen, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the young men from Lauderdale Lakes and Miami Gardens are probably the better football players in the country.
I would say you're probably right with that. I mean,
Listen,
it just seems like it.
I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, it's just one game after another here in the championship. I will say when we get to 10U, we have a different, one of the teams is different, so that's good.
Sure.
10U and 11U, we got some different ones in there. 11U got 2 different teams, so that's good. Oh, the
Vikings in white, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Vikings are in white. You see the old wishbone formation by the Ravens. See that too often.
No, going old school on us.
Yeah. See if they start running some triple optionality.
Hey,
That'd
I
be
don't
pretty
mind it.
sad.
I don't mind it.
Me either. It's a good fun. It's a good formation to use.
What was the line from Denzel? It's like Novocaine, just give it time. It
Yeah.
works every time.
Yeah.
But Veer, was that it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. Remember the Titans,
One of
baby.
my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, just give it time. It'll always work.
Yeah, it always worked, just like Novocaine.
Yeah. I don't know if that's always the truth with the Veer, because we tried to run it with my school for a while, but, it didn't quite work like that. Well, here we go.
Now, this is more fitting.
Oh, look at that. Holy smokes.
Wow.
That is an 8-year-old that just fired the ball down the field 15 yards.
Who was that? I got to get a number.
Call University of Miami and tell them to come over here and awe that kid right now. If he can throw the ball like that, he can help them.
Yeah, forget high schools. Let's just move along.
Yeah, just give him an offer right now. Get him on the radar right now.
Goodness, bro.
Holy smokes.
That stopped us both mid-sentence.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see an 8-year-old just sling it like that. That is amazing.
Well, they're going to spread it this time.
Yeah,
Look here.
I think it's a punt. That's what
Oh,
I
this
think.
punt. Jesus
So
mercy.
when they do the punt in 8U, I believe there's
That's right.
no
That's
rush. Yeah, I think they just they get it and punt it.
Well, I saw 7 or 8 going out, and I'm like, well, now listen. Talk about throwing out the playbook.
Yeah. Yep, here we go.
Yep.
And boom. Oh. There you
That's
go.
going to go end over end. It just checked up.
Yeah, they got a good bounce there. That helped them out, that's for sure. The last one, though, I will say not the Vikings. The Vikings had a really good punt there. Their guy booted it and really got some good hang time and everything.
Okay. So the Vikings will take over. 1st and 10. 8-minute quarters. 2:57 to play here in the opening quarter of this 8U championship. It's been a fun day so far. You mentioned the 2 games earlier. Both went into overtime. The 2 games since have been competitive and very entertaining.
Yeah. A lot of great football here.
I expect nothing less out of this one.
Yeah.
They play for a championship today for a reason.
Yep, as I said earlier, it's hard to believe these guys probably started their first game beginning of August, and here we are in mid-November playing. It's a long season, but
Boy,
a lot
it
of
is.
fun.
Handoff right up the middle this time, and that's good defense. Good tackle.
I love all the old school formations, even I right there. We saw the old school I formation. You don't really see that much nowadays either.
No, you don't. That is true. What game was it? We did it. It was one of the 4 games as part of our Cure All-Star Game of the Week, but it was late in the game. One of them just started running I all the time, and I'm like, well, this is refreshing. This is a change.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good formation. I mean, it's a little bit easier to read, though, as a defense. As a linebacker, you just follow the fullback, and 90% of the time you're going to go right to the play. But you're getting good numbers to the point of contact or the point of attack, so.
They're going to line up 2 wide this time, nearest to us. They're going to run this way. Yeah, inside the 30 to about the 28. That's about it. Good read right there from the Ravens. And this, I was going to say earlier, this is fitting because the Ravens actually have purple on in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, as far the last game, the Ravens and the Vikings both wore kind of like different colors than what they've seen all day. Because aside have done the Ravens now, they've been in a handful of these games, actually. They were in the 5U game last night, and they were in their purple, or white and purple. But, hey, I guess it's different. Maybe a different age group, they can pick their colors.
I wonder about that.
Yeah. especially the Vikings. I mean, they were completely different. They had red and black.
Sponsors,
Yeah,
maybe?
maybe. I don't know.
And the only reason I say that is because they are the #1 team in the country.
Yeah.
And I would imagine they're getting some
Never know.
sponsor money. Here's a handoff. Running a little bit left of center. It's going to get inside the 25, or no, right at the 25. Yeah, this has been a really fun day, man. I have enjoyed this. Obviously, the atmosphere is second to none. The sights and sounds and the smell of the food is incredible as we creep under a minute to play here in the opening quarter.
Not to mention the sound system they have is probably second to none as well.
Oh, no question.
When they score a touchdown, the whole entire press box rattles up here from the base and stuff.
I'm pretty sure I heard the sound system coming off the turnpike.
Yeah, you might have. It's pretty impressive that they can do that.
Timeout with 49.7 to play in the first quarter. We'll keep it here. Yeah, man, it's not. I like having you on the air with me because, you know, anytime, for me at least, I can have somebody, a coach on. You know, that offers such an awesome perspective.
Yeah, it's fun to do. It's fun to talk football, and
Yeah.
you know, especially seeing what these guys are doing. And it's fun to see, like I said, these coaches down here. Though I will say, they coach these guys well. I mean, they're well coached. You're seeing a lot of variations of offenses, and they're not lying. They're not misaligned. They're coming out. They clearly know where they're going. They're trying their best to execute it. And I've been to a lot of youth games where the kids don't know where to line up, and
Sure.
they're hollering and jumping all over the place. These guys, they from
Yeah.
5U up, know where to go.
Yeah, I've seen several games at this age division here where you still have the coaches out in both backfields, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, putting them in the right position,
Sure.
Yeah. And here,
Wow.
executionally, it's looking like a college game.
Look at that fullback.
Look at it.
0-0. He's a big boy.
Okay.
He's going to come up in the old Fridge Perry right there.
Fridge.
There he goes. Oh,
Good read.
yeah, nice defensive play. It's a shame. I was hoping to see big old Zero get a body on somebody.
Even better, I was hoping he'd get the carry.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
I like the Bengals reference for me, being a longtime Bengals fan. That's closest professional sports to us.
Yeah.
Reds and Bengals, and historically not the greatest.
Yeah. I grew up outside of Pittsburgh. I'm
There
a
you go.
Steelers fan, so
I spent some time in Butler,
yeah,
Pennsylvania.
there you go.
Yeah,
Latrobe, Pennsylvania is where I
Latrobe.
grew up. Yeah,
absolutely.
good old Arnold Palmer
Yeah.
was her claim to fame.
That's cool.
Yeah, he grew up there. And Mr. Rogers, if you ever watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood growing up, or for these kids that are listening, Daniel the Tiger, he was. It's all from there.
That's really cool.
Here we go, the wishbone again. Love it.
Yeah, me too.
There it is.
And another good defensive play. Both teams really showing up defensively. Listen, I mean, this is impressive. Now down to 30 seconds to play here in the first half. No score.
Yeah, the younger kids, I will say, most of the games I've done, what we did earlier today, where they were all pretty low-scoring affairs. Might be 2 scores in a game.
Yeah.
And it's just good, solid defenses. Maybe not quite the speed too in the
Sure.
open field yet. So
Sure. That's a good point.
yeah. But these guys, they play hard.
They do, and I'm telling you, the 5 and 6U is just extraordinarily entertaining.
Yeah.
Here it's 8U as the clock falls to 0. The end of the first quarter is upon us. No score in this championship game. Super Bowl Sunday for the FYFL. Back in a moment on the Quick Cut Sports Network. Yeah, we'll go back in. Quick Cut Sports Network coming to you live from sunny South Florida here on Super Bowl Sunday for the FYFL. The best youth league in the country. I believe it. Bobby Allen, BA, alongside Brian Kells. We appreciate everybody tuning in here as we start the second period of the 8U Championship. No score. Both of these teams, as you mentioned earlier, and it was a good point, in these youth or the younger age divisions, you tend to indeed get a lower score line.
Oh. Yeah, they're newer. There's a lot more tackles at the line of scrimmage.
Sure.
You're not getting the separation of space. I mean, if you look, even though there's a defensive line, they load like 6 or 7, 8. I think they have 6 guys in the line of scrimmage right now. So it makes it harder to run the ball, and they don't really have the pass attack. Although the one kid ripped that pass off from the Ravens earlier, so
yes,
they may need to start to defend the pass here.
That's a good point. Officials converging there saw something they needed to discuss, and now we're going to start the second period. Late player coming on for the Vikings as the Ravens attempt a pass play on the far side, falls incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nicely designed play there. Guy slipped him out into the flat, threw it just a little off on the pass.
Not far off.
No, not at all. I mean, and the hard part too with 8U in this age group is now you got a guy who can throw. It might be equally as challenging to have somebody who can really catch it, while running in full speed. It's one thing to catch it, throw and catch, but it's another thing to hit it while you're running a route.
Yeah, you are not wrong at all. Last couple of games, we saw what I would consider a pretty large amount of penalties. Now, you did the game last night,
yeah,
and this morning, the two. Did you see, were they penalty-ridden as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I was talking to the head official earlier today, and, he's a really good guy, and he was telling me that, most of these guys calling this are high school officials. They use this league as a chance to train. I think they do train. I think they actually not only train themselves, but they train the players here because of the amount of penalties they call. I will say it's a lot more than what we would get back home, but I like it in a way because they are teaching them proper football.
Yes, I agree with that.
Football IQ is important, and, I think these guys learned it because of that.
That running play able to go out across the 20. To about the 21.
So, I give you a question here. Something to think about. You can give it for a minute. If you scored a touchdown, what would be the song you'd have them play in that loud sound system for you? What would be your dance song?
Oh, what would I be? Man, I might throw you a curve on this because I'm a closet rocker.
Yeah.
Breaking Benjamin is my
there
band.
You go.
But like I said, I'm a closet rocker. But
I love it.
Listen, I don't know if anything would sound bad on this sound system. I hope that we can get a tight shot of that before we leave.
I'll tell our camera guy. I'll have to tell him to take a shot. It is impressive. All right.
It's awesome.
A little punt there. That's good.
Wasn't a bad little punt at all.
No.
What, about 25 yards, 30 maybe?
Yeah, something 25? Like that. Yeah.
So now we're going to see the Vikings come back out with the football. No score. 6:31 to play first half. That's a good question, man. I went with my gut but I got to think about that for a minute.
You need someone with heavy bass for it to really, for it to really impact it with that sound system. Well, rock is awesome, and I love rock too.
Sure.
Maybe a Foo Fighters song for me, but
sure.
I'd probably have to go with like Waka Flocka, No Hands, or something like that.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, I don't know if I could hit the gritty though, like a lot of these guys do.
No, I'd pull a hamstring for sure.
Yeah, it was my tradition at my school last year. When I left after 13 years, we'd win a game. We had to hit the gritty as coaches at the end, and it was always.
I like that.
Yeah, my gritty was pretty embarrassing. My younger assistant though, he could do it with another. Yeah, he nailed it every time. He's now the head coach there, and they won 10 games this season so far, and they're in the playoffs. So he's been doing a lot of gritty, and I'm sure.
Ooh, he has. He's got a workout. I like two things about that. I like that obviously you established a program that was able to maintain success, and two, they hired within.
Oh, yeah, you know, when I was thinking of leaving, and part of the reason the timing worked so well for me to step away was that I had this guy who I've known since he was actually 6 years old. His dad gave me my first job, and, you know, he came and started coaching for me and was with me for 10 years and just did an amazing job. And, you know, he's a great head coach, and he's going to do great things. You know, I always feel like he could have been a college coach if he wanted to, you know, but he, you know, he's a family man and wants to stay close to home, and but he's going to do great things. And they're going to have a chance, man. They're going to make a run right now. They got to beat. They got DeLand High School. They got to play.
Say they got a big one Friday.
Yeah, if they can knock DeLand off, it'll be be huge. We've gotten this to be a chance for them to make history too. We've never gotten past the second round before, so it'll be a really good opportunity for them.
At DeLand?
No, actually, we're the hosts, so they're gonna.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The challenging part with that though is the school university, they don't have a home stadium, so they have to play on the road. So it'll be interesting to see where they actually play it at. But I know they're not going to play it at DeLand. They're not going to give them that home field advantage.
Do the home games rotate?
No. So what they do is we do have a field with lights. We just don't have much in the way of bleachers. No bleachers. They bring portable ones, and when you have the playoffs, FHSA requires you to have so much seating. And we don't have a great city stadium like this to play in.
Sure.
So, like this past week, they played at one of our rival high schools, Deltona High. But I guess that's not available this week for DeLand, so they're going to play somewhere else, as far as I know. But we'll see. It'll be a great game.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of good games Friday, and Lake Mary Seminole.
Oh yeah.
Having done that game a couple weeks ago and saw Noah Grubbs in person, he is tremendous.
Did you see the comeback Lake Mary just made Friday night?
Absolutely.
I mean, they were down 21 or so.
They earned it.
Yeah. I mean, what a game. I would love to know what the South Florida schools are at. I haven't really followed them yet to see where they're at in the playoffs and who's still in.
Yeah.
Last year I did a Northwestern Central game. It was pretty awesome, so pretty amazing to see.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I'd love to do some games down here. The talent is amazing.
It was pretty neat. I came here, and this entire stadium was just filled. I mean, it was filled, both sides. So it was pretty cool. All right.
I certainly hope that the folks at home can pick up on that bass when it comes in, because it's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if they can tell that. I'm sure they probably can't hear that across the mics, but, man, it rattles the system. And, I mean, that thing's all the way. Yeah, it's all the way across the field.
That's really cool.
It is.
Here we go, Vikings. It's going to be a handoff. Met backfield. Good pressure by the Ravens.
Turnover down. There you go.
Yep. Coaching staff excited over there across the way. Clock stops. 4:36 to play here in the first half.
It's nice. The sun is now behind the press box.
Absolutely.
Earlier today, that thing was just blazing right through here. It's just hard to see anything.
It was, and I've squinted so much today that my eyes are starting to burn now.
Yeah, it would be a nice long drive home tonight.
Oh, man. I'm glad I didn't make the drive last night.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's definitely a nice crowd, though, for this game. They got a lot of fans here in the stands.
I got to say, when I first pulled in, obviously, again, if you can't already tell, this is my first time at this particular event. I hope it's not my last. The line to get in was crazy. And I thought, oh, my gosh, it's going to take me forever to get in here. And it did.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because I love the turnout. I love that there's this many people coming out to support these young men.
That's amazing. And this is what you want to see on a championship weekend, that's for sure. Back to some football here. Let's see. Timeout.
Yep, whistles blow. Timeout called by the Ravens. We'll take it with them. 4:36 to play. First half, no score. Back in a moment on the Quick Cut Sports Network. And welcome back into the Quick Cut Sports Network. 4:32 to play here in the first half. 8U Championship.
All right, we're seeing some good football out here. A lot of
We are.
defense, I mean, that's for sure.
Ravens in purple, Vikings in white.
You know, the Ravens in purple, it's just, I got to say, being a Steelers fan, it
Makes
just
you
kind of hurts a
cringe,
little bit,
yeah.
cringes a little
Yeah,
bit. But,
I
you know,
I understand.
but, you know, these are some good football players and it's youth, so we'll hold it against them for one purple.
I get it.
Gosh.
Little scamper there, gets across the 35 out to the 36-yard line. Points at a premium here in this 8U title game. It'll be 2nd and 10. Wait a minute, 3rd and 10. Yeah. Ravens trying to move the ball, move the chains.
Yeah, they're in a spread formation here. We'll see if they can throw it now. I know this kid can rip it, so
Yes,
we'll
he
see.
can.
Oh,
He has to tuck it. He is grabbed by the jersey. That's a really good
yeah.
jersey tackle.
Nice play, that's for sure. You know, sometimes, too, what's nice is you spread the team out there. When you know your quarterback has some good feet, you can also run. You take advantage of that. They're spread out. And I thought he almost had that. I know they didn't intend for that, but it almost opened up for him to take off and run it down with his feet, but it didn't happen.
So what we got coming up next?
Let me look.
I haven't. I meant to
I
ask
had it
earlier
pulled
so
up.
we can tell everybody to.
Let's see. We
to
are
look in.
currently on the 8U. Next, we have the 10U, Treasure Coast Spartans versus the Miami Garden Ravens.
Okay. Ravens back in it.
Back
Treasure
in it.
Coast in the mix. I like that.
Yeah. I know that their high school team is pretty solid, Treasure Coast.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, that's who my my old school university, if they beat DeLand, I think they'll have fun to play in Treasure Coast.
Here's a punt for the Ravens. They down it inside Viking territory at the 49. Nightcap 7:30. Right? Kickoff, but we're 8:30
Yeah, it's
now.
probably like 8:30 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually supposed to be 8 o'clock, so yeah. So we're
we
actually
got two
closer
more
to 9
games after
o'clock.
this, right? 2 or 3.
Let's see, we're on 8A. We got 10U, we got 11U, and then we got 9U. So we have
Okay.
3 more after this.
Gotcha. .246 on the clock here in the first half. No score between the Vikings and Ravens.
That'll be a good opportunity for me to test out my Tesla self-drive.
Meant to ask you about that. We'll talk about that. I was going to ask you how you like it.
Put that thing
You're the
tonight.
first person I know personally that owns one.
I'll put that on tonight, drive it home, and see if I can stay awake.
Have you done it yet?
Oh, I let it drive all the time.
Is
I
it
love
creepy
it.
at
It's
first?
a little strange.
Okay.
It'd be like letting, be like calling a play and letting AI run it.
But it works, though.
It
No
does
kidding.
work, yeah.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah, it works great. Yeah.
Oh, I got to try it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Here, nice handoff right there.
Yes, it is. Good play by the Vikings, getting some yardage on first down. Always nice when you can get 4 or 5 yards on first down and just kind of set the tempo for that particular series.
Another flag, I'll tell you.
Yep.
I know these officials are doing their best to try and teach these guys, but man, they they do throw a lot of penalties. Which, I mean, it's good. It's good for the game, but it does slow the game down quite a bit. But I guess that was just a sideline warning.
You brought up a good point about that when we were talking about the officials. And by the way, again, I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. I love some things that are going on to drive the interest into officiating in the classroom. I'll talk more about that here in a minute as a running play goes up the middle, across the 30, still on his feet at the 10. That's a touchdown, Vikings.
Now that's a run right there. He just went right through the middle, broke it open, and was not going to be stopped.
Not only did he take advantage of the hole that was given, but he did really well getting away from that shoelace tackle that would have brought down most running backs.
And he did a nice job of fading to that pylon, too, as he was running. And sometimes the guys will come back into the field, which then runs into the defense. As he's running away, he ran and faded towards that back pylon, which is running away from the defense. So you're not giving the defense the angle to tackle you.
Sure.
And that's just something you can't teach. They just either know it or don't.
It's instinct. Yeah.
It's great instinct right there. All right. So we got our first score.
And again, to have that instinct in 8U.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. So the Vikings open the account in this 8U championship game with a touchdown. Great running play as they're going to attempt a kick. Here we go.
Love how the kids jump and
I do
wave their
too.
hands. It's very,
Nope.
good.
It's going to fall short. Our score will be Vikings 6, Ravens 0. We'll take a break. Back with more 8U championship right here on the Quick Cut Sports Network. Yeah, welcome back into the Quick Cut Sports Network. Kickoff decent. Checks up at the 37-yard line. Good kick.
Yeah, good kick. Unfortunately, there was
back, but a good kick.
yeah, really good kick.
Yeah, that's impressive.
A big old 0-0 over there. I thought, was he the kicker? I want to see him get the carry. I do.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna, the reminiscent of the old refrigerator Perry. He's kicking.
I love it.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
He is the kicker.
All right, he's going to tee it up and do it again. 2 minutes, 1 second to play here in the first half. Ravens will get the football and try to answer the score from the Vikings. And they're ready to kick it again. There we go. End over end, fielded around the 45. Oh, boy, he's got space at the 20. 10, 5, touchdown, Ravens.
Oh, wow. What a return. What a return.
How about that answer?
Yeah, man, that answers it right away. Gosh, you hate that as a coach when you're on the other side. You get a score, you work all the way, you get down, then you kick off, and boom.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, there goes your momentum.
And the kickoff had to be redone nonetheless.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a game.
Yeah.
What a return.
Yeah, he just kicked it hard to the left there, and I think the coverage just ran by the ball, to be honest with you. You know, maybe they just missed it. I don't know. But a heck of a run, that's for sure.
Absolutely. What an answer. 15 seconds, tick off the clock.
I'd like to see some of these kids 40 times as 8-year-olds.
Right?
It's fast, man.
I thought about that earlier, and I said, I'd just like time. Let's see what's happening.
Yeah. That kid right there got in the open field. He had some wills. Same with the running back for the Vikings. When he got in that open field, he had some wills. So
now, the Ravens are going to have an opportunity at an extra point or two.
yeah, they're calling for food to the press box.
I
mean,
always like that.
Yeah.
Did you see me turn?
Yeah, maybe they'll bring us food to the press box. Yeah.
Again, one of the perks of this job is the hospitality rooms.
Yeah. Especially here, man. They got some good food up there.
I'm telling you. This play is going to be read well by the Viking defense, and it goes for naught. Our score, 6-6 with a minute 48 to play in the first half.
There you go. Notice the camera. It's vibrating from the base, so
Yes.
maybe you guys can notice that.
I'm telling you, it just doesn't do it justice. I was trying to video there a second ago, so I could see if my phone could pick up what we hear in the press box.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, like I said just a second ago, it's kind of funny when the bass would hit the camera, it would vibrate, so that gives you an idea.
I can't wait to walk over there by it at some point.
Could be the end of your eardrums if you do that.
Yeah, or not. I might have to make a business decision of my own. Minute 48 as the shadows of the stadium lights start to creep their way onto the field. Sun setting behind us, as you mentioned.
It's going to be nice to see this place lit up in about an hour and a half with the lights. It's going to come alive under the lights.
Especially with the city lights in the background. Oh, man, for a newbie to this facility, this is really cool.
It's pretty awesome, that's for sure. I'll tell you, they played the 5U game at a field, I think it was called Betty Ferguson, over at where Florida Memorial University plays, a smaller college. And it was also a really nice field. It wasn't obviously as big as this, but it was really nice. And it was right by Hard Rock Stadium, so that was really cool, too. Yeah, so you got to drive right by the big stadium on the way there.
That's really cool. Short kick takes a bounce at the 40, picked up there. Running up the middle, bouncing off a tackler, and he's going to try to get the edge on the near side. Flag comes in at midfield. He's drugged down at the 46.
That's something, I was telling the audience earlier today. So if you ever see the official throw his hat off after he's thrown the flag, that's 2 flags.
Yep.
Something a lot of people don't know. And the one guy earlier threw his hat, his flag,
beanbag,
He started throwing them everywhere. He was just trying to find stuff to throw because he threw so many flags.
So I think the only thing I haven't seen one of them throw in my career is a shoe or something, something else.
Take a shoe off.
Just throw it. Yeah, I haven't ever seen anything crazy enough to warrant that either.
Yeah.
But still. I wish everybody could see us right now as we overlook this awesome game and this atmosphere. I am staring at an open box of blueberry muffins that as soon as the next break is upon us, I will absolutely crush. It's been a long day, long evening, long day yesterday.
Yeah, you're
Quick
calling
Cut Sports Network all over the place.
Yeah, you were calling the Sunshine Athletic Conference Championships yesterday.
Very good competition yesterday indeed.
Yeah, Westminster Academy, I believe, is down this way, right?
It is.
So they're down this way.
Yeah.
I think.
Or no, is it Bradenton?
Maybe Bradenton. I'm
have
not
to
sure.
look.
I'll have to look. I thought they were South Florida.
See, next weekend we will be back down here. Or no, Quick Cut Sports Network will be back. You will be back down here. Right?
Yep. We'll be doing the FYFL Championships. It's more Fort Lauderdale area, so a little further north. But I will say, equally as impressive football.
Now, do they draw teams from across the state to compete for
you
this
know,
championship like they do?
It would be amazing to see. I would love to see the 13U play, the 2 13U champions play each other. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because last year, their 13U game I did was probably one of the best youth football games, if not best football games I've ever had the privilege of watching. It was just back and forth. And, I mean, athletic play after athletic play, it just, it came down to the last 20 seconds of the game. I mean, honestly, they were just battling. There was 3 scores in the last 2 minutes, because neither team wanted to lose, and they were just making plays. It was awesome.
So, as a coach in Florida, have you heard the chatter about the new class systems?
Yeah,
Thoughts?
I'm open to it. I mean, I think it's kind of cool when you get the top 32 and you play for the overall champion. I mean, that's pretty neat. It's kind of funny, it's kind of what we do in the Sunshine almost. They almost took a page from the Sunshine. I know they won't say that, but, it's you take your top teams, you put them in the bracket, and then you let everybody else play in the brackets below. And, it gives some other teams who normally don't have a chance to win the championship in the lower brackets. And then it takes your best teams and lets them play each other for what would be the overall state champion. And I think it's a pretty neat thing.
I like it. Yep.
I think I love that they're considering doing away with district play. It's good to play district punts, but sometimes it stinks when you're forced to play some of the teams. Especially if you're on the bad end of it where you're not very good.
It's a good point.
And you're rebuilding the program and you're forced to play some really tough juggernauts every year, and you just can't really rebuild your team.
Here's a running play for the Vikings as a flag comes in the backfield.
I think next game I'm going to track how many flags they throw in the game. I think I need to start charting it. I would love to know. I mean,
as you said, at what point does it stop becoming a teaching opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a
It's a
teaming up
great
there.
thing, though. I was going to say that earlier.
Yeah.
That they utilize these events as opportunities to train officials.
Yeah.
And again, I think that comes back to Florida football is such a high level. You have to have officials that can officiate that level.
You know, I will say down here in Miami-Dade, the way they do the officials, they do it right too. I mean, they have one association for the entire area. You know, you don't get that everywhere across the state, and sometimes that leads to, you know, weird mechanics between the different organizations. And when you're on the field, you know how the referees call certain things and points of emphasis, and so it doesn't. It can make it challenging as a coach, where from week to week you may not know exactly kind of like how a official crew will interpret a rule.
Sure.
And that can be troubling at times.
I'm surprised that's not a statewide organization.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm not sure why they don't do it that way, but it is like
just to make it fair across. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To your point of points of emphasis are different. You know.
Sure. I mean, if you go to, you know, for instance, Central Florida, we have CFOW for the CW or CFOA. That's what it is. CFOA. That's the one that's in the Orange County area. Then you have A1, which is out in Volusia County, and there's one in Lake County.
Here's a big one. Look at the move.
Oh, my goodness. What a run.
Lateral step.
There you go. He's still not done.
Play. Boy, he was fighting. I love it.
Yeah.
No, he stayed in bounds, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not running out of bounds. I'm going to put my shoulder into you.
He stopped the clock.
He did stop. He must have got out of bounds. That was a smart play. Got forced out. No, maybe he did not. There's the end of
They're going to run it out. Brian, that was a good half.
Yeah, it was a great half of play. Right back to where we started, 0-0 essentially.
We've got a good one. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. That'll do it for the first half. Our score, 6-6. It's Lauderdale Lakes. It's Miami Gardens. We'll be back right here on the Quick Cut Sports Network. Welcome back into the Quick Cut Sports Network as we start the second half of this 8U championship contest here in Miami. 6-6 our score between Lauderdale Lakes and Miami Gardens. We've had great games all day. And 3 more coming up. Here's the kick. It's going to be short. Collision, ball loose. Flags down. It looks like Vikings coaching staff liked what they saw, but we'll see what the flags hold. It looked like it was offsides, however, it appears as I saw a false. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. So they're going to walk the football down to our left, and that's where the Vikings will have it, 1st and 10 to start the second half of play. 7:49 on the clock, 6-6 our score. They're going to tee it back up at the 35, kick it again. Blue. Big shout out to all the folks here today representing the FYFL and also Traz Powell. Everyone does such an amazing job. I've really enjoyed myself today and certainly hope we're back for years to come bringing you these championship games on Super Bowl Sunday. Here's another short kick. Going to be a scrum for it just shy of midfield. And it appears that the Ravens have controlled it. That's where they'll have 1st and 10. Vikings will start their drive. Excuse me, Ravens will start their drive at the Viking 48. Ravens line up with a single wide receiver top of the screen. Handoff, second man through. Good defensive read there by the Vikings. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Good game brewing in the NFL. 4:55 to play in the 4th. We've got the Ravens leading the Browns 31-30. Clock falls under 7 minutes. Another handoff up the middle, trying to bounce to the right, escaping a would-be tackler, getting to the 40. Good chunk of yards there on 2nd down. That'll bring up 3rd and about 3. Sun setting back behind us here in the press box, shining directly toward the visiting bleachers. Visiting bleachers not open today. Hand off again. Straight ahead. This one's going to be stopped. No gain on the play. So 4th down. And 3 to go for the Ravens, as they're going to try to line it up and keep this drive alive with 5.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Good defense by the Vikings. No gain on the play. Good stand by Lauderdale Lakes. The Dogs defensively were dogs on that series. That'll bring the offense back out on the field. We'll see what the Vikings offense can put together here as they'll send 2 wide receivers over to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Crossing the line of scrimmage and 2 yards on the carry. Second and 8. 4:50. Rolling clock. Similar formation here for the Vikings. And that's a big play defensively. Vikings recover, but that's a loss of 4. Good defensive play by the Ravens. They snuffed that out, created some chaos, almost came up with a turnover. Here's a flag coming in as the carry goes to the near side, escaping pressure. All the way out across the 45, shy of midfield. That's going to be holding against the Vikings. Looks like we're going to have a pause in the action. We'll take a break. 3:38 to play. Here in the 3rd, 6-6 our score. Back in a moment on the Quick Cut Sports Network. And we'll go back into the Quick Cut Sports Network. 3.5 minutes to play. 6-6 our score. The Vikings of Lauderdale Lakes. They'll get it to the 30, a couple of yards. They've got a long way to go here on 4th down. They're going to punt this one away, one would assume. Continue coming up next. And now comes the punt from the Vikings. It's going to take a small Raven bounce, and they'll be starting at the 45, 1st and 10. 2:19 to play here in the 3rd. 6-6 our score. We've had a good one. The defenses have played well, but touchdowns have been seen on 2 big plays from the line of scrimmage. So the Ravens will have an opportunity with a little over 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd to break this tie score. This is the 8U championship game for the FYFL. Trips to the near side. High snap. Very well done to bring it down and hand it off. Fighting forward across the 40. Solid play. Goes for 7 yards. Make no mistake, folks, these kids can flat play. 2 receivers near side, slot receiver. Oh, here's a miscue. Snap goes over the head of the quarterback for the Ravens. It's going to be covered up by the Vikings. Let's see. It looked like they fell on it, but it's going to end up 3rd and 13 or thereabout. Ravens will huddle back up. They'll bring the play in from the sideline. Clock falls under a minute to play here in the 3rd. 6-6 is the score. Once again, they'll line up 3 receivers near side. Single receiver top of the screen. Run play up the middle. Handoff is good for a 1st down and more. All the way inside the 35 down to the 33. Another big play. He was running downhill on that one. He was not going to be denied for 1st down yardage to help his team win a championship here this afternoon. Similar formation again for the Ravens. It's worked. Whistles, false start. Back him up 5, 1st and 15. Last game we saw drives stall the entire day because of miscues and unforced errors that resulted in big penalties in really bad spots. And that'll do it for the end of the third period, as we'll switch ends and start the fourth quarter here in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you tuning in here to the Quick Cut Sports Network. Yeah, welcome back into the Quick Cut Sports Network. Coming to you live from South Florida. Traz-Powell Stadium. Home to the likes of Miami Northwestern and Miami Central. Powerhouse programs. Flag comes in on 1st and 15. Flags came in early. It's going to go against the Ravens. That'll be a false start. Face mask. Okay, so yep, there we go. Reset them. Face mask. Okay. False start decline. Face mask. Yeah. Do it again. Line of scrimmage remains unchanged at the 38. They need the 23 to keep the drive alive. 7:48 and ticking. Tie game at 6. It's been that way since the first half. And now the officials want to talk something over quickly. Now they'll whistle the clock. Good. As the Ravens again send trips left, single receiver near side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper trying to sneak up the middle, getting a couple of yards. Getting down to about the 36. So it'll be 2nd and we'll say 14. I've also been really impressed with the attendance today. I love the support that these teams get, deservedly so. Listen, if I lived closer, I'd come just to watch myself. Clock stops at 7:09 as they tend to an injured player. Will pause. Always a good sign. Players can make their way off the field without assistance. It gives an opportunity for both of these teams to huddle up on their appropriate sideline. They whistle the clock to start. Both teams break the huddle, and the Ravens will have it. 2nd and 13 officially. Yeah, maybe 13 and a half. They like this formation with 4 wide, 3 to the left. They're going to go that way over the top. Ball up in the air. That's going to be incomplete. Good coverage. They had a chance. Knocked away by number 5 for the Vikings. Ravens huddle up. Clock at 6:39. Tie score at 6. Championship on the line. Whistles. And a timeout for the Ravens. We'll take it with them. Don't go anywhere. Championship on the line. Back in a moment here on the Quick Cut Sports Network. Yeah, welcome back in once again to the Quick Cut Sports Network. 4th period, championship on the line. The Ravens with the football. Tie game at 6. Pass goes incomplete. Fourth down and about 13 yards. Big play right here. Offensively, as this drive has taken several minutes and now put the Ravens in a tough 4th and long. They're going to send trips each way to punt this one away. It's going to hit the ground just inside the 20. Picked up. Nice little shake and bake to get about 3-4 yards on the return. Nice lateral movement there from that young man. There is indeed. I expect we're going to be in for an entertaining finish. As we talked about earlier, the 2 games this morning, both went into overtime. All the games have been competitive. And now we're going to have whistles and another timeout. We'll take a break with them. Back in a moment, right here on the Quick Cut Sports Network. Welcome back into the Quick Cut Sports Network. Here is a great play, spinning away from a tackler at about the 25. Still on his feet. Side step at the 45. Oh boy. What a return. That was number 8 for the Vikings. Welcome to the show, young man. So 1st and 10 it is. Quarterback under center for the Vikings. They'll hand it off. Going right. Good tackle from the side. But on 1st down, they're able to get 6 yards. Second and 4 it is. 5:23 to play in this 8U championship. Running left. They're going to have the 1st down inside the 30. Well, the Vikings seem to have found something they like with the running game, but this one's going to come back with a hold, another flag. Line of scrimmage will be the 40 now. 2nd and 1 as the clock hits 5 minutes to go. Oh, gosh, I was looking at it the wrong way. I'm tired, Brian. 2nd and 9. Wow. Vikings running near side, wrapped up at the 40. No gain. Quarterback for the Vikings brings the play into the huddle. As we now are at 4:15 to play. Clock continues to tick away. Handoff to number 3, running right. He's going to have space at the 30. Can he get free? Escaping, but being brought down at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Vikings with 4 minutes to go. Timeout called by the Ravens. Vikings are knocking at the door. Clock stops with 3:55 to play. We'll take a break. Back in a moment here on the Quick Cut Sports Network. Won't be long now, folks, till the lights come on. Sun starting to set behind the bleachers here at Traspal Stadium. It is the Ravens, it is the Vikings, and the Vikings knocking at the door. First and goal. 3:55 on the clock and a 6-6 game. Handoff coming near side to number 0. He gets down to the 2, we'll say 3-yard line. Second and goal. They're going to spot him at the 2. Three and a half minutes to play in the championship game. 8U. Quarterback falls under center. Who's going to get the carry? It's going to be the big man, 0. Can he get in? No indication yet. They're going to say it's a strip, and the Ravens are going the other way. Oh, no, they're going to say down. He's going to be down at the 1. Look, they're still telling him to run to get in the end zone just in case. You never know. He was called down. The far side official came in very quickly and marked him down. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1. I say give it to him again. We were talking about wanting him to get a carry earlier. He finally gets the nod. I love it. Yes.
Yeah, I've been waiting all day to see that big guy stumble into that end zone.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a replay of that to see if he was actually in or not. But unfortunately, we don't have those end zone pylon cameras that the NFL has.
Boy, wouldn't that have been awesome just then?
Yeah, it would have been. Let me take a look, though. I am trying to pull it up on the live stream and see if I can replay it. Oh, let me see. All right, let's see what happens to see if I can see it or not. I don't know. I don't know if the live stream will let me go back too much further than that. Yeah.
Worth a try, though.
Yeah, it won't. Unfortunately, but it was worth a shot. Here we go, though. It's for all the marbles, as one would say, right?
It
251.
is.
I mean, you never know, though. These
Clock
teams are
rolling.
Oh,
it's going to be a keeper. He's in.
Yeah, he's in. There you go.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Now we'll see, though. You know, these teams have always surprised me. We'll see if one of them can come back and score with 2:51. You never know. So that was the Vikings, right? No, that was.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
They break the tie at 12-6. Now, it's a lot of time. However, at this level, I think that's a daunting task.
It is a daunting task. I mean, it's hard to break one at this level, although we have seen a couple break here and there. I mean, it can be done, and, you know, that's why you play all the game till the whistle blows, so you never know. But it's definitely going to take something big, and, you know, and plus if they get this extra point here, that even makes it even that much more challenging.
Is a big one.
Especially if they kick it through, because if they kick it through and they get 2, that puts a lot of pressure on the Ravens to not only score, but then to have to kick it, which we know is not easy to do at the 8U level. The 8U level, I should say. Gosh, long day. We're just tripping up.
No.
And we still got 3 games left.
And still have 3 games left. No, he did not stutter, ladies and gentlemen. You know, they said, we'll be here all night. Yes, we will.
Yeah, we should have brought my sleeping bag and just spent the night in this lovely press box up here.
I'm telling you.
But I will say, when it comes to press boxes, this is definitely one of the nicer ones I've been for the high school youth level.
All the nice padded chairs, hot top armchairs.
Yeah. For a second, I thought you said hot tub. I was like, did I miss the hot tub?
Did I miss something?
All right, here we
I
go.
didn't get that access. What are you doing?
It's on the roof.
Yeah. All right, 12-6 our score. Dog pound going for a kick. Here's the hold.
Ball's already down.
Kick is up. And it is good.
Wow. Look at that.
That is huge.
That is huge. Now not only do they have to score, they have to kick it through, and that's going to be a tough task. Tall task.
14-6.
But we'll see. These kids have surprised me all day long.
Yeah.
With their competitive spirit, and they're not going to quit until that last whistle's blown. So
that's really impressive. We've seen a lot of kick attempts today. That one was great at this 8U level.
Absolutely.
He hit it square, and he puts his team up 14-6. A very important 2-point conversion there on the kick for the Vikings. Puts, as you